Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode with the Adventures of the Memory Makers. It's a beautiful winter day here in south central Indiana. It's a balmy 18 degrees, but the great thing is the wind finally stopped blowing
Yay!
because it was cold this weekend, wasn't it?
Yes, it was very cold.
We had wind chills like minus 40, and it was raw outside.
Just like, so many other people did. It's not like it was
Yeah.
just our Midwest area. It was across the country practically.
Well, we didn't get much snow. I really hoped to be out camping in the woods, but with 40 below wind chills, I didn't think I'd get Cindy away from the fire. So I didn't even ask.
Yeah,
But she
good
has,
call.
yeah, but she has been gracious enough today to help me conduct a non-scientific experiment for a very simple way to increase your comfort in your small camper, like our Bushwacker Teardrop here, when you're camping in the winter or even cold weather. And would you describe yourself as a cold weather camper?
Well, I guess the jury's still out, but all points indicate that no, I would not be.
Okay, let me clarify this. Are you cold natured?
Yes, I'm very cold natured.
So 50 degrees and Cindy's a little on the chilly side.
Well, you gotta be dressed in layers and stuff like that.
Exactly. As everyone knows, if your camping partner isn't comfortable out camping, no one's going to be comfortable.
That's right.
So whatever it takes to keep your partner warm and cozy inside the camper, do it.
Yeah, agreed.
The bottom of the camper, especially in ours and most small campers like that, they're not insulated. So the cold can come up from the bottom and you'll feel nice and warm air up above you. But while you're laying in bed, it takes a while for you to warm up, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And part of that is just for the fact there's no insulation and she's shivering right now beside me. So we got to pick
Because
this up.
it's 18 degrees outside.
But there's no wind. So what I use, and I've used this for like 30 some years now, is Reflectix Insulation. And I use this a lot when I work underneath people's houses. I'll lay on this while I'm underneath there. It's a lot of times it's cold and it's damp. This reflects my heat right back up. And I can tell within seconds when I get on this because the heat just starts building back underneath me. But what we do is we simply slip this underneath our fitted sheet on top of our mattress because it doesn't breathe. You don't want to lay directly on this if you're going to sleep on it because if you start sweating, it doesn't breathe and it can cause condensation between you and it. So always have layers between this.
AKA sweat.
Yes. So you don't want to do that. But put this underneath, a layer or two beneath you and it will reflect your heat right back up to you. And the difference is noticeable very quickly. So what we're going to do today is we're going to have Cindy do a test run in the camper without the Reflectix first to get a baseline number. And we got a couple different thermometers we're going to use. She set some hard limits on where I can and can't put the thermometer. So we've got to be cautious with that. But I have a fairly accurate meat thermometer and I put a safety cap on the probe so it doesn't stick her when it's underneath her. We're going to lay this underneath her back without the Reflectix first and see what kind of temperature rise we get. And then we're going to get you out, let you cool off while I put the Reflectix underneath.
Do you really think I'm going to need to cool off?
Okay, we're going to let her cool off.
I don't think I'll be that warm, but
okay.
maybe.
Yeah. So we're going to go, 5-minute cool down, and then we're going to get her back in on top of the Reflectix for 5 minutes, check the temperatures again, and just see, what the differences are, if any. I think we're going to see some temperature difference between the Reflectix, and I think you're going to notice pretty quickly a comfort difference when you get in there.
Okay.
So let's get you in here. I'm going to grab the camera and move it around so you can see how we're going to set this up. But here in the camper, we're going to get Cindy inside and get the temperature thermometer probe set up, and we'll use her phone countdown timer for the 5 minutes. And what we're going to do to get her in and get her comfortable is we've got this one wool blanket on top, we've got the top sheet, and then the fitted sheet underneath. And I may be nice and let her use the other wool blanket too to help her get warm because I can hear her teeth chattering right now. But she's being very nice to help me do this, so I don't want to push my luck.
Well, Santa was really good to me.
Well, yeah.
This Christmas, so.
Yeah, I'm not stupid.
But I was also a really good girl this year.
Oh, so. You were, yes. So that's our plan. We're going to get her in 5 minutes on this. We'll have the probe underneath her back, catch what the temperature is, turn around, and let's do a quick temperature check on the backside. Spin around.
Where are you gonna put that?
Okay, so we're reading 53.4 degrees right now on your back. Okay.
No wonder I'm cold.
You're always cold. So kick your shoes off. Hop your little tail up there.
Okay.
You got your phone in there,
Andy?
Okay. So I'll take your shoes so they don't flip off in the snow.
Okay.
Got that one. Got that one. Okay. Scooch down.
Okay.
This is very scientific. Now lay flat.
Okay.
All right. Let me slip this underneath back, raise it a little bit. Got you?
Okay.
All right. So we're showing 32 degrees right now on the meat thermometer. Let's tuck you in here a little bit. You do your phone because I'm not sure how to do it. Okay. So we can see we're already climbing the temperatures. So she's probably knocking the chill off about right now.
It does feel a lot better. I'm not gonna lie.
Got started?
Started.
Okay. So we'll set this here so we can see an accurate time. So we're counting down for 5 minutes.
Okay.
So feeling warm?
Better.
Better.
Way better.
We'll shut the video off here, and then we'll come back here in a few minutes and check to see what our temperature is doing. But she's already toasting up here. She's at 52 degrees. We'll have to turn her over here pretty soon. She'll be so hot.
Doubtful.
So how are you doing in there, Cindy?
Well, I'm more comfortable than I was when I was standing outside the camper.
Okay, you're at the 3 minute and 21 second mark, and you're up to a toasty 70 degrees underneath you.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's pretty quick.
And that's without the Reflectix.
Right.
So,
they're over here beside me. I would show you, but I don't want to take my arms out from underneath.
So we've got our small sample piece, and then we've got our roll that we're going to put underneath her for the second test. But we've got right at another 3 minutes to go on this. You're up to 72 degrees, and you look pretty cozy.
I'm definitely better than I was. This would not be a day to practice backing up. That's all I got to say.
Probably not. So we'll let go here a couple more minutes, and we'll check back in with you. All right, you're down to about 1 minute and 30 seconds to go. Your temperature's up to 77 degrees. How are you feeling in there?
I mean, my face is cold, but it's fine. It's okay.
So, do you think 79 degrees underneath you is a comfortable temperature to
For
sleep
what?
all night?
To sleep all night? Well, no, not really, because my face is cold and my feet are cold.
Just for reference, what temperature would the camper be for you to be comfortable?
Well, do I have to factor in what would be comfortable for you?
No.
Okay, I'd say probably 76.
Yeah. So the last time we were out, it was down, in the high 30s, I think, at night. And she kept me pressing the button up until the camper was sitting at 74 degrees, at which point I cried mercy because I couldn't take any more. So we're down to now about 30 seconds to go. The temperature underneath you is 81 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, getting there.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So now your body temperature, 98.6 is your normal internal temperature.
Right.
Obviously, we can't check internal temperature because you made hard limits on the temperature probe. So, your heat's going to rise up. So the chance of your heat underneath your body being 98.6 in 5 minutes is pretty thin. You're having fun in there, right?
Yeah. I'm just thinking, what warm beverage am I going to have when we get home?
Well, the screen just went out on your phone. Let me see if I can get it back. Yep. So there's the time. So that was 5 minutes, and you're up to 81 degrees underneath you. We're going to get her out now. We're going to let her temperature probe cool back off. We're going to let the bed cool off. We're going to let Cindy's back cool off and get back to somewhere near where we were at before. And then we'll get her back in on top of the Reflectix and see what temperature we come up with on that. So we got Cindy outside on the camera now. She's cooling off. If the camera is moving, it's because she's shaking because she's already cooled off. So I'm going to pull back the sheets, slip the Reflectix in, let things cool off in here. We're going to give like 5 minutes before we get her back in on top of the Reflectix and do part 2 of the test. So let's get her pulled back here. I'm a big fan of fitted sheets. I don't know what man is. And this Reflectix, this is actual Reflectix brand Reflectix. It comes in a 4-foot wide roll. I use it on heating and air conditioning work some, but I don't use this a lot because for this to work properly, you have to have an air gap between what you're insulating and the Reflectix insulation, and that isn't always easy to get on heating and air type stuff. So I see it used incorrectly a lot, but it works great for this right here. So we're going to leave this uncovered, let things cool off. Okay, we're ready to go here for round number 2. We'll get a quick check here on Cindy's temperature. Turn around, please. Okay, showing 56.9 or 53.8 degrees. Keep from falling over here.
Okay,
All right.
in?
Yep. Go ahead and hop up in there and we'll get you all set up. Okay. All right. Ready to go here with the probe. We got the Reflectix in now underneath her. You can hear it kind of crinkling around. Raise up just a little bit, please. There we go. We got our temperature set. Get your timer going, please. We're showing 32 degrees just like before on the start time. Temperature's climbing already. And we've got our timer going now. 4 minutes and 49 seconds to go. Okay. Are you on okay?
I think so.
Okay. Now, like we said, this is a very unscientific test that we're performing here.
And we are not being sponsored by Reflectix.
Done. Okay, we're at the 4-minute mark now. We're at 68 degrees. And on our first go, at the 3-minute and 21-second mark, we were at 70 degrees. So how are you feeling in there, Cindy?
Cold.
How about underneath? Are you feeling any?
I'm feeling, honestly, it does feel warmer underneath because I feel like where I've been laying is warmer, faster. I guess it didn't really say that, but I do feel like it is a little bit warmer. I think it's getting colder outside too.
So now we're at the 3-minute and 13-second mark, 77 degrees. And the first time at 3:21, you were at 70 degrees. So you're about 7 degrees warmer now with the Reflectix.
Wow.
In about the same amount of time as you were before. The camera is moving because I'm shivering now. Can I get in there with you?
They make these things called coats, and it's a good thing to wear when it's 18 degrees outside.
Our next time mark at 1:31, we were 77 degrees without it. And you're at 2:43 right now and 79 degrees. And I might have to put the camera back on the tripod because I got the shivers.
Your hands are shaking.
Let me brace myself against the camper.
Maybe that'll help.
Now I'm just shaking the camper. Yeah, it's cold. It's down to 17 degrees now outside. And we're coming up on the 2-minute and 20-second mark. You're at 81 degrees. So just for reference there. How you feeling in there?
Okay.
You look warmer than me.
Yes. And I'm dreaming of warm mulled wine when I get home.
Oh boy. So now we're 2-minute mark, 81 degrees, and we're about 4 degrees warmer on the temperature probe. And like I said, let me just reiterate this fact. This is very unscientific. We had no control over the amount of time it took us to get ready for the second part. So things were probably a little colder than they were for the first one.
You might have to put that phone on a tripod.
I'm going to have to put me on a tripod. All right, so there's 130, 135, there's 131. So you're 5 degrees warmer on this go for the same amount of time.
Good.
How's your comfort level?
It's okay. You know, I'm pretty tough, so.
That's my girl. So we finished off at the 30-second mark, or at the last one you were at 81 degrees, so you're at 82 degrees now. And the longer you continue to lay on that Reflectix, the more heat is going to be reflected back at you. So as the night would go on, you would continue to feel increased heat coming up.
That makes sense.
And as it continues to cool off, because I think it is cooling off because I'm freezing right now.
Yeah.
You're still going to have that heat reflecting back up at you. Whereas without that, you wouldn't have that. You would just continue to feel the cold come through from underneath. And you would be shaking like me right now.
I would share my blanket, but, you know.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
This is all in the name of science.
So now we're at 30 seconds to go. You're at 84 degrees, so you're 3 degrees warmer. But your overall comfort level, how would you describe that?
It's better. It really is better.
Good.
Yeah, I can tell a difference. I would pitch in my money to buy the Reflectix because it would help. So
cost-wise, this is actually a pretty economical product to buy. So we're going to wrap this up here. You're coming up on the 5-second mark to go. You're 84 degrees. So let me shut this off. Okay, got that. So we finished up here. You were only 3 degrees warmer on the gauge. And like I said, this is very unscientific. it cooled off quite a bit more than what we wanted it to before you got back in there. So
yeah, and you know, 3 degrees is 3 degrees, and it's colder outside.
yeah. And as you continue to lay on that, it's going to continue to reflect your heat back up at you. So the longer you're laying in there, the more heat you're going to have reflected back at you. Whereas before there was nothing being reflected, your heat was just being soaked into that mattress.
Good point. Yeah, that is a really good point.
So let me put the camera back on the tripod before I drop it. Because well, I'm shaking violently. 17 degrees is pretty chilly. So here, you're up to 86 degrees now and the temperature's still climbing. So, comfort level wise, and that's what we're going for, it is definitely increased.
Oh, yeah, it has.
And as the night would go on, it would continue to increase.
Yeah.
So let's put this back on the tripod and we'll finish this up and we'll go home and get some mulled wine going.
Okay, sounds good. Let your body warm.
So I'm hanging on to Cindy right now to keep myself from shaking and falling over because I'm so darn cold. But like I said, this was a very unscientific study. We were going basically just to show that the comfort increases when you slip the Reflectix underneath you, and all night long the comfort continues to increase because it continues to reflect your heat back up instead of just soaking down into your mattress. Campers and backpackers, hikers have been using this product for years now for this very same reason. They'll put this underneath their sleep pads when they're sleeping on the ground, so that it reflects that cold back down and the heat back up. So it's a proven method. We were just having a little fun today, trying to show that it does actually work in some tangible way with the thermometers. And overall, what was your take on it?
I feel like with the Reflectix, I started to get warmer faster. I don't know if the numbers say that, but that's how I felt. Maybe I don't know. And I was definitely warmer, and it's a little bit colder outside at the second one than it was the first one. So that has to factor into it too. But I'd say, it proved the point that the Reflectix help.
So in the future, when it's 50 degrees, we'll be bringing a piece of this for you. And we'll put one piece under Cindy's side so she stays warm, and we'll keep it without me so I can stay cool.
There you go.
When it's a heat, a greenhouse effect in here inside the camper.
That'd be a good compromise.
Yeah. So we had a lot of fun today showing you this. You can pick this stuff up at any Home Depot, Lowe's store. You get a roll of it 2 feet wide by about 10 feet for about $20. Slip that underneath you next time you're out in your camper, and it's cool out, to try to keep it a little warmer. And thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll be back with you soon with another video.
See you soon.
Bye. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another exciting adventure with the memories of the memory makers. Right, I even screwed that up. My lips are numb, I can't talk.
Clark, Audrey is frozen from the neck down, or the waist down.
Edit.